CEO Ronald Hicklin from Creating the Difference. We got a couple of envies here. Now what's interesting is this one you can tell has been used a little bit, whereas this one is brand new. We also got our CTD Surface Scanner version 2. We're going to go ahead and check the surface of the used Envy quickly. So that's right about 4,000. This ball's probably got about a game and a half on it. Now we're going to look at a brand new Envy. Look at the surface on it. Less than 500. So this ball has some teeth to it. So we got one ball that's less than 500 and this bowling ball that's at 4,000. Now what we're going to do, we've also got 3 different bowlers that are going to throw these bowling balls. We've actually got a lefty, we got a low rev rate righty, and a high rev rate righty. And we're going to have them bowl, and we're going to talk a little bit about this ball. We're going to scan a little bit about this ball. We're going to learn along the way. So we're going to let our esteemed group of people begin to bowl. We got Billy Revs. He's gonna be our low rev rate righty today. We got Dustin. He is our high rev rate righty. We got Marco, all the way from Germany. He's going to be our lefty. He's going to throw the bowling ball today. So we're going to track some of the information as well as capture some data and talk to you a little bit about what's going on. All right, so we're going to let Billy throw several shots with the Envy. And after probably 5 shots, we will take a look at his bowling ball and we'll scan it again just to kind of see how the surface is changing. And Marco is also going to go ahead and start bowling on lane 4. Now Marco has already thrown that ball. We showed you the surface of that ball is 4,000 grit. We're going to have him bowl. He's kind of talking about the ball motion between the two and the difference. This is Hammer's biggest hooking bowling ball. That was a good shot there. All right, not a bad shot there. See how that recovers. So this ball, obviously, being one of their stronger bowling balls, is going to be, looks like it's a traction ball. You see it kind of starting up pretty early, which remember this, if the ball starts up early, it's not going to hook late, right? You don't get both. You get early or late, not early and late. Marco's ball's picking up there kind of in the middle. Good strike there. And here's what's interesting, right? So Marco's ball's got a higher grit on it, right? So it's at 4,000. So it's going to be not quite as early, obviously, as Billy's ball. A little wider right. All right. So not quite able to recover from that spot. But once again, I mean, that ball's a little bit early. We'll also be able to watch Dustin throw that ball as well, which will be a little higher rev rate. Marco's further left on that one. That was 10 back. The messenger. So maybe it was 9 back with the messenger. Got that one in, and nice little strike there. So we're going to look at Billy's ball. It's 5 shots for Billy. We're going to take a look, wipe that ball off, and scan it. You see what that ball turns into. Marco got that one in a little bit. Oh, stone 9-pin. Good shot. So Dustin's wiping it off, getting the oil off, and he's going to scan the ball. We'll see what happened, what change we got in 5 shots. So he's now at about 1,000 grit. There we go. We can see it now. Now he's at about 1,000 grit. So that ball in 5 shots went from less than 500 to 1,000 in 5 shots. So the surface is changing very quickly. Now you look at Marco's ball motion. You know, his ball motion relative to Billy's is definitely a little bit longer, but still really good ball, really good back end motion. So that's good to see. Now we'll see Dustin, the higher rev rate righty, throw the same ball that Billy was throwing. Now Now remember, all bowling balls will end up at stable. Stable is 4,700, so Marco's going to get to stable a lot faster, obviously, than Dustin and Billy are because he's already bowling the ball. But once the ball gets to that number, it's not really going to change. If that ball was shiny, it would ultimately sand itself down to stable. Definitely some more back end for Dustin, you can see there. That's a function of rev rate plus just Dustin's axis rotation and tilt being different than Billy's. But I think it's good for people to be able to see, you know, the difference in ball motion between all three players. That was wide right. Look at that. Or I said wide right, it was wide left though. Wide left, that ball came back from Marco. That was a pretty good shot. I was surprised that it came back. Dustin is seeing some hook out there. So we'll give him his 5 shots and then we'll look at the surface again. Now here's the thing, you know, there's a lesson automatically right off the bat here. If you had 2 of the same bowling ball at the same surface to start with, knowing that the bowling ball surface is going to change could be advantageous to having 2 of them at the same surface, because what you can do is use the scanner and check, and then after the ball gets to a certain level, you can say, okay, well, that ball's going to be put away, and we're going to grab the other ball. A little strategy. Man, Dustin's got some a little strategy that could be employed to be able to help you find some of the transitions. Is that 5 shots for Dustin? That's 4. Dustin, why don't you shoot that? Mark, you keep bowling.
Shall we stand my ball again?
No, we're not scanning your ball yet.
Okay.
I just want to see if Dustin can make this, that's all.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, look at Dustin for the spare. Does that count as 5 now, though?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Yeah, technically it does. Okay, well, let's get the ball and see what it is. It was 1,000. No, but we're letting Marco continue the ball. We're going to let his ball get to 4,700 or stable. So Dustin's going to wipe his bowling ball off. And then we're going to check that scan again. So he's creeping up. He's at 1,500. So now he's at 1,500 after 5 shots. Marco, let's just take a peek at your ball. Let's just see if it's got the stable yet. I don't know that it has, but let's find out. So we have to wipe the bowling ball off.
Yep.
And then we'll use the scanner. And Dustin, you guys, you and Billy can keep going too. So why don't you? Let's see you move in. Let's see if you really move in and really get around it. What happens? So we'll take the ball. We'll have Marco scan it, and go ahead. So Marco's got some variation there, which is pretty normal. All right, no worries. So we're gonna let Dustin move in. Let's see what happens when he moves in. This is the biggest hooking ball from Hammer, according to Hammer. All right, maybe a little too much. We'll let Marco keep going. Marco's bowling ball is still at about 4,000. That was a good shot right there. So that's interesting too, right? So the bowling balls will change quickly, and then as they begin to approach that stable, they'll begin to slow down in terms of how quickly they begin to change. So same kind of thing. I mean, it is interesting, right? Because as that bowling ball surface gets higher and higher, approaching that 4,700, if you don't have the appropriate surface on your bowling ball and the lane's changing, you may think that, oh man, I'm not carrying anymore because my ball is going a little low because the lane's changing. And it could be that, but it could also be that the bowling balls are changing. So the one thing about it is you can't do anything about the lane pattern or the lane condition, but we absolutely can now begin to check the surface of our bowling balls during competition and then use that information to help us make better decisions when it comes to knowing either where to play at and or just in general what to do. So we're gonna have Billy throw some more shots for us. Dustin's been able to strike from that deep inside angle. You can see that. Billy will be left of him. No, he won't. He'll be right of him. Marco's laying it down, throwing back 10. 6 pin. So we'll see the difference. Let's see if it strikes. Okay, that was a good shot though. That was a good shot. You can kind of see the difference between where Dustin was playing at and where Billy's playing at. You can see Marco's over there splitting boards pretty much, being able to show off the performance of this new hammer, Envy. E-N-V-Y. There was a ball a long time ago called an Envy, and then there was a ball called a Total Envy. There was a different brand. Oh, let's see if that one strikes. A little stronger, yeah. A little bit, it's a smidgen in, but that bowling ball's definitely got some hook to it. Billy got that one further right. Got him a can opener. Got him a can opener. So we're trying some things different here with our bowling ball reviews. We wanted you guys to be able to see some different perspectives. I mean, the only thing that we're missing really is a two-handed player. Maybe next video we'll see if we can get a two-handed player. Then we can have all the forms. That was in. Kind of laid down lane to be able to get him the strike. That one's further right. Left him the semi-flat 10 pin. Now, what's interesting about this, and this is kind of good to see. So Billy's reaction looked really, really good, but as the ball surface is changing, that ball is going longer, which is not allowing him to get that good pin action that he was getting initially. How many shots have we got from him? 3? We got 3 out there. So we need 2 more from Billy. We're going to look at the surface, his bowling ball, when Marco continues to bowl. This is useful, right? Because this is what ends up happening to you as a bowler. You're like, I'm throwing it pretty good, or maybe I'm not, but in this case, you're throwing it pretty good, and you're just not able to get that reaction. Now, that's a good shot. All right, trip 4. That's a pretty good shot there, too. You can see Marco's ball definitely is longer. Now, obviously, they're not the exact same style of play, but nonetheless, Marco's ball is longer and then begins to make the move, whereas Billy's ball is still kind of early. But once again, there's a surface difference between these 2 balls. Oh, that should be 10 back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's 5 more shots. We'll do another surface scan on the Envy. While Marco is still up there striking. Let's see if that one recovers. Yep. That ball's got a good shape to it. Definitely got a good shape to it. I like seeing that. Oh, so we're hanging out at 4,000 grit now. So now Dustin and Billy's ball has got to 4,000 grit. Which, Marco, let's check your ball real quick. Yep. Let's see if yours is still at 4,000 or if yours has moved up at all. That'll be useful to see. So it didn't take very long. We'll go ahead and scan that ball.
I should use the track side.
There we go. Yep. So he's still right about 4,000. Yep. Okay. We'll let him keep going. So now their surfaces are pretty close. Now, same thing. So Marco, his bowling ball, they're both at about 4,000, but their reaction now should be a little bit more consistent, right? Which this is what's so interesting about the surface scanning. You can actually begin to measure the rate at which your surface changes, and you're going to begin to see more and more videos showing the rate of surface change, because the rate of surface change matters almost as much as just what surface you think you've got on your bowling ball. So that's going to be something that's going to be very useful for especially league players and tournament players that want to be able to have a better understanding of what they need to do in order to be able to not only control the pocket, but be able to get a much better, consistent reaction out of their bowling ball and manage the transition. Close. That was a ring 7 pin. That was a ring 10 pin. Coincidence? I think not. No, I'm wrong. Very interesting though. This is something that, you know, that we talk a lot about, especially with our staff, just having a good understanding of surface and why it is so important to your overall performance. That's a pretty good pitch. Going a little wood. Let's see if Dustin can do the same. Oh, got it in. Got it in. So it appears that this ball is better, right? Better for the lower rev rate player because it does hook. The ball definitely has a lot of performance to it. It's definitely a strong piece coming from the hammer camp. And if you're a higher rev rate player or even like a two-handed player, this ball may not be the piece for you because it's going to be a little too strong. But if you're a lower rev rate player and or somebody who throws it really, really hard, this may be a great option for you to look at just because this ball seems to be a bowling ball that's got a fair amount of hook to it. Look at Marco, just acing. Good pitch, that was a ring 7. Pretty good from Dustin though. Wow, a 6-pen. How does he do that? Well, anyway, now you've got some more information. Let's do one more scan. Let's do one more final scan of these bowling balls. So we'll take a peek. So anyway, we're gonna let these guys take a little break here. Now you've been able to see more about that brand new Hammer Envy. So if you need some hook, maybe take a peek at it. You can get this bowling ball at Bowling for Less, or you can just go to our website, CTD Bowling. Click the 3 little lines, drop down menu will pop up, click CTD or click bowling balls. You can find the Hammer Envy right there. So thank you, Marco, for coming all the way from Germany to help us do a ball test. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, Billy, for doing what you guys do best, throwing some bowling balls and letting the people see kind of what they do. On behalf of the team here at Creating the Difference, I am CEO Ronald Hicklin. Talk to you soon.